Roman and Greek mythology each represent a rich tapestry of stories and deities that have shaped human culture for millennia. The introduction to these mythologies is essential for understanding the nuances and divergences in their respective pantheons. Greek mythology is rooted in oral tradition and literary works like Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, and Hesiod's Theogony, which framed the gods as deeply human, endowed with emotions and flaws. In contrast, Roman mythology, which borrowed heavily from the Greeks, integrated these deities into their own framework with a focus on rituals, the state, and societal values, often reinterpreting the gods to fit Roman ideals. The significance of this introduction lies in its foundational role in highlighting how cultural and societal needs shape mythologies. Greek mythology's emphasis on human-like gods reflects a culture that valued individualism, intellectualism, and philosophical inquiry. Roman mythology, conversely, demonstrates a culture focused on practicality, governance, and collective identity. For example, the Greek god of war, Ares, represents chaotic violence and is often depicted negatively in myths. In Rome, Ares becomes Mars, a more revered figure symbolizing military prowess and Rome's imperial destiny, illustrating how each culture's values influenced their religious outlook. Similarly, Zeus, the Greek king of the gods, known for his numerous affairs and complex personality, transforms into Jupiter in Roman mythology, where he embodies law, order, and authority, aligning with Rome's structured and disciplined image. Opinions supporting this perspective often emphasize how mythology serves as a mirror reflecting societal values and aspirations. Roman adaptations of Greek gods underscore this, highlighting the adaptability and evolution of religious thought in response to changing cultural contexts. However, this blending of mythologies is not without controversy. Some scholars argue that Roman mythology lacks originality, viewing it as a mere extension of Greek precedent. Others contend that Romans imbued these myths with their unique ethos, creating a distinct religious identity. Understanding these mythologies' introductions connects to broader discussions on cultural exchange and adaptation. It underscores how societies borrow, integrate, and transform ideas to suit their needs, influencing literature, art, and philosophy well beyond antiquity. This layered complexity enriches our comprehension of how the Roman and Greek gods differ, providing insights into the enduring legacy of these ancient civilizations. In exploring how Roman and Greek gods differed, it's crucial to understand that these differences are not merely superficial, but reflect deeper cultural distinctions between Roman and Greek societies. Fundamentally, Greek gods were primarily associated with human-like characteristics and narratives focused on individual personalities and stories. In contrast, Roman gods were more abstract and deeply integrated into state structures and functions. The significance of these distinctions lies in how they mirror the values and societal structures of their respective civilizations. Greek gods, with their elaborate myths and vivid personalities, underscore the Greek emphasis on individuality, artistic expression, and philosophical exploration. Greek mythology teems with tales illustrating human-like flaws and emotions, such as Zeus's romantic escapades or Hera's jealousy. These stories allowed the Greeks to explore complex human experiences and moral lessons within their mythological framework. Conversely, Roman deities often aligned with specific functions or aspects of Roman life, underscoring the Roman emphasis on duty, order, and state governance. For example, Mars, the Roman god of war, reflects the martial values that were central to Roman society. Similarly, Janus, the god of doors and transitions, symbolized change and was deeply woven into Roman cultural practices, such as the celebration of new beginnings. Opinions supporting this view highlight how these mythologies serve as cultural lenses, providing insights into the ancient worldviews. Scholars often argue that Greek mythology's influence on drama and art illuminates the Greeks' quest for meaning and beauty. On the other hand, the Romans' use of gods to symbolize societal values underscores their pragmatic and utilitarian approach to religion. Challenges to this interpretation might arise from the similarities in the gods' names and roles, which can obscure the nuanced cultural differences. Some argue that the Romans simply adapted and rebranded Greek deities, pointing to the shared pantheon as evidence. However, This view overlooks the way Roman gods evolved to serve different societal needs and functions. By examining these profound differences, we see how mythology reflects and influences broader cultural patterns and beliefs. The distinct characteristics of Roman and Greek gods not only highlight how each society saw the divine, but also how these perceptions shaped their artistic, political, and social landscapes. Understanding these differences enriches our comprehension of ancient cultures and their lasting impacts on subsequent civilizations, providing a nuanced perspective on how mythology serves as a mirror to the human condition. The origins and historical context of Roman and Greek gods are pivotal in understanding their differences. Greek mythology is rooted in the ancient Greek civilization, developing over centuries from oral traditions and literature, with early texts like Homer's Iliad and Hesiod's Theogony playing foundational roles. These texts established the intricate pantheon of gods who were deeply intertwined with human emotions and daily life, characterized by their anthropomorphic qualities and vivid narratives. Greek gods were seen as powerful, yet flawed beings, reflecting the complexities of human nature. In contrast, Roman gods originated within the Roman Empire and were heavily influenced by the Etruscans and later the Greeks themselves. As Rome expanded, they adopted and adapted the Greek gods, merging them with local deities and imbuing them with characteristics that aligned with Roman culture and values. Roman gods were more pragmatic, often associated with state functions and moral exemplars, reflecting the Romans' focus on community and governance. The significance of these origins lies in how they shaped the cultural and religious practices of each civilization. For example, Greek festivals celebrated their gods through storytelling, drama, and art, emphasizing personal and philosophical aspects of religion. On the other hand, Roman religion was closely tied to state politics and military conquests, where gods like Mars and Jupiter became symbols of Roman power and authority, reflecting their imperial ambitions. One real-world application of these differences is observed in architecture and art. Greek temples, like the Parthenon, were built to honor the gods in a way that celebrated human achievement and beauty. Meanwhile, Roman architecture, such as the Pantheon, served both religious and political functions, showcasing the grandeur of the empire and the divine favor it purportedly enjoyed. A relevant opinion supporting this understanding is that the Greek focus on storytelling and individuality in their deities fostered a rich tradition of arts and philosophy, whereas Roman practicality in religion contributed significantly to their governance and societal structures. However, a potential challenge to this point is the tendency to oversimplify these distinctions, ignoring the nuanced syncretism that occurred as Roman culture absorbed Greek elements. Ultimately, the historical contexts of these gods influence other aspects of the main topic, such as their worship practices and societal roles. Understanding the distinct origins of Roman and Greek gods not only highlights their differences, but also underscores how religion can reflect and affect cultural identity and societal evolution. This deep dive into their origins offers valuable insight into how religious traditions are intertwined with cultural and historical developments, shaping civilizations' legacies. When exploring the differences between Roman and Greek gods, one notable aspect is their portrayal and symbolic functions within their respective cultures. While both pantheons share a number of similar deities with overlapping domains, their portrayals often diverge significantly based on cultural values and societal needs. The Greek gods were primarily focused on exploring human experiences, psychological complexities, and philosophical ideas. They were portrayed with distinct personalities and mythological narratives that reflected the Greeks' emphasis on individualism and the human condition. Greek mythology often explored themes of heroism, morality, and the consequences of hubristic behavior. For instance, Zeus, the king of the Greek gods, is depicted with numerous character flaws, including infidelity and arrogance, reflecting the Greeks' interest in human-like qualities even among their deities. In contrast, the Roman gods were more symbolic and served as representations of broader societal ideals and functions. Roman deities were closely aligned with the empire's political, military, and social structures, embodying virtues like discipline, courage, and loyalty. For example, Mars, the Roman god of war, was more important than his Greek counterpart, Ares, given Rome's militaristic society. Additionally, the goddess Vesta represented the hearth and home, emphasizing the significance of family and state stability. The significance of these differences lies in the reflection of each culture's priorities and worldviews. Greek mythology's exploration of complex personalities resonated with their pursuit of philosophical and artistic endeavors, while Roman mythology's emphasis on order and duty mirrored the structured and pragmatic nature of Roman society. These distinctions are evident in aspects such as art and literature, where Greek gods are depicted in dynamic, expressive forms, whereas Roman representations are often more stoic and majored on the gods' utilitarian aspects. Furthermore, Roman adaptations of Greek myths often involved alterations emphasizing Roman virtues, suggesting a distinct cultural adaptation. However, the blending of these mythologies also sparked controversy, including debates about the authenticity of Roman culture versus the perceived borrowing from the Greeks. Some argue that this appropriation masked Roman innovations within their mythological interpretations. Thus, while both Greek and Roman myths have profoundly influenced Western civilization, their divine characters and stories reflect differing cultural lenses. These portrayals impact everything from art to literature and societal values, shaping how subsequent cultures perceive divine authority and human nature. Understanding these differences enriches our comprehension of ancient civilizations and their enduring legacy.